Hey, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Welcome to part 4 of my Spellsword speed build run. I finally decided to go with my original plan and call it Super Mega Overdrive. But I want to thank everybody who posted a suggestion as requested on what to call it in part 3, Mega Overdrive. So everybody who posted a comment as of this morning, that is 8 a.m. Eastern, Sunday morning, June 11th, will now get their 2 seconds of fame. There we go. Quick reminder, I always post comments on my videos. You never know when you might see your name up in lights. Couple of really funny ones. Son of Mega Overdrive. I almost called it Son of Mega Overdrive, but I thought that would just confuse everybody. As if it's not confusing enough already. And Extra Cheese Overdrive. Who posted that? That was pretty funny too. Extra Cheese Overdrive. I think that's down here. Anyways, thank you very much for posting a comment. There you go, Extra Cheese Overdrive. Yeah, so that just leaves part 5, the final part. Still not sure what to call that. Once again, I'll leave it open to the floor. Post a comment. What should we call part 5? This one is going to be called Super Mega Overdrive. All right, so that's it. Let's get busy.
Major Slack videos.
Okay, here we go. We are after 2 important buffs in this video, both of which can be acquired early game. One is the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear, and the second is the Terra Magica spell. And for the first, we're going to have to really protect ourselves against madness, which means bumping up our focus. So when everybody put on the following gear, put on your original Prisoner shield, the Prisoner Iron Mask, the Perfumer's Traveler's Garb, the Traveler's Gloves, and the newly acquired Astrologer's Trousers. Alright, all that gear is going to bump up your focus. And plus, put on the Clarifying Horn Charm. And we're going to take a total look at our focus here. Slack, show the... Once again, this is Gamer Slack down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dub Slack here in the rear with the gear on the microphone. This should bump up our focus to 420. I forgot if I showed it or not. And you should definitely put the no skill Ash of War on the original Prisoner's shield. The original Prisoner's shield gives you a bonus focus. Here, I'm going to show it right now. There we go. So your focus should be up to 420/189. Okay, and this will be enough to protect us from the Frenzied Flame Tower knocking us out with madness. Alright, so having done that, everybody go to the East Rail Lucaria Gate. And we're going to deal with the Frenzied Flame Tower with our newly acquired Carrying Greatsword and the Meteoric Ore Blade. Alright, so we're just going to push up to the northeast, up this little kind of plateau here. Put a beacon right here where those runes are. And another beacon, you see these kind of like 2 bumps here? Put a beacon right there. Okay, we're just going to go galloping up there. And I've found a really neat way of dealing with the Frenzied Flame Tower using the Meteoric Ore Blade and the newly acquired Carrying Greatsword. Alright, so galloping up here to the northeast. And we're going to cut to the left shortly, right where we put our first beacon. Right where that guy is standing on the edge of the cliff there. He's gonna get a little upset, but just go right over him. And you got these runes here that will bring you safely down to this level here. And this, then just keep jamming to the northeast. Might want to grab that arterial leaf there, that you can use that to make exalted flesh. This should be a safe drop down. Arterial leaves are unique spawns. They don't respawn. So whenever you find one, that's it. Once you pick it up, boom, that's it. Alright, and you want to hook around to the southeast here. Watch out for these mad rats. Mad rats. And there, right above Sabrina's head, is the Frenzy Flame Tower. It's going to start spewing out flame any moment. And it's going to inflict madness on everybody in the vicinity. In a wide vicinity. Alright, you can see the madness building up already. And our health is taking a hit. Even though we haven't maxed out the madness meter, that's the way it works with madness. Find this spirit spring here. Point yourself to the west. It's refilling my health. Okay, point yourself to the west. Get on your horse and jump. And you're aiming for this little platform right beside the madness tower and land right there. This is perfect. And start spamming the gravitas skill on your meteoric or blade. Hopefully remember to put the no skill ash of war on your shield. I forgot. And then just keep doing that 2 or 3 times. You're going to go around the back and then spam your carrying greatsword right through the wall. Basically, you're trying to kill all the rats inside this tower. And they will attack you through the wall. The game loves to cheat here. Watch this. See, we're getting them. See, I got hit. See that? There's the rat. Don't take out your carrying greatsword. You have a solution for that problem. And just whack him. There you go. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. So, once you get the enemy group refilled, that indicates all the rats are dead, but the madness tower is still in effect. What you have to do is climb up a couple ladders and start spamming your gravitas again. So up the first ladder, up the second ladder. You don't have to go up the third ladder because your gravitas will go right through floors. So up the second ladder, when you get up there, just start spamming gravitas again. And that will kill everybody above you and eventually disable the madness tower. Some of them may drop down. Just keep spamming gravitas. And when you don't hear the flames anymore, that means it's disabled. It's still going, so there's still somebody left up there. And that should do it. It's good, Slack. See, you don't hear that. You don't hear the flames anymore. So it's done. So we have disabled it. Absolutely hellacious. But this is my new way of dealing with this. Works really well. There we go. So everybody's dead. And this whole area is now safe from madness. Which is really good because there's a lot of good stuff for a mage here. The aforementioned Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear, and then there's a couple more spells that we're going to pick up in part 5. The final part of this series. Right over there, dead ahead. See that tower there? Look at the top left corner of the screen. We're eventually going to go there, but first we have to get the Erudition Gesture from Thops, which will require getting the Academy Glintstone Key. And that's what we're going to cover in part 5. For now, discover the Site of Grace here, and we're going to go after the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear. Just showing the map where that is. So now we can gear up normally. So I'm just going to take off all this prisoner gear and put on the original shield. Take off the Clarifying Horn Charm. Put on the Beast Crest Heater Shield, the Staff of Loss in the left hand, and equip the Horn Bow. We're not using this to inflict damage, we're just using it as a tool. And back to the Church of Ely, you probably want to buy about, I'd say about 20 regular arrows. I forget how many I bought. Figured 20 should do it. Yeah, there we go. 20 regular arrows. So it costs you 400 runes. You're just doing this in order to harass the putrid avatar that we're going to take on. We just want to bring him close enough that we can cast Rock Sling. And now, over to Stormhill Shack, and we're going to go get the Arrow's Reach Talisman so that we can actually reach this guy using the bow. Now, be advised that the Arrow's Reach Talisman actually affects the Rock Sling spell and makes it go further. But if you look carefully at the item card for the Arrow's Reach Talisman, it says makes bows more effective. It doesn't say anything about anything else, so I strongly suspect that that is a glitch that is eventually going to get patched out. So I'm not going to include that in this walkthrough. If you want to use it, go ahead. The Arrow's Reach Talisman will extend the range of your Rock Sling, but I would bet my left nut that it's eventually going to get patched out. That's the kind of thing that From Software has been patching out religiously over the past year. So just because they haven't done it yet doesn't mean they're not going to do it. And I don't want to see another walkthrough ruined from using things that, you know, things that don't seem right, but they eventually patch out. That's what happened to my original Prisoner walkthrough. Okay, so here we are at this location here. This is directly above Stormgate. If you use Loretta's Great Bow to just wipe this guy out. This Cadence Spellsword. One shot, no problem. And then we're just going to rush in here and whack a couple more soldiers with the Meteoric Ore Blade. Should be no problem. I managed to get a backstab on this guy. And do a guard counter on this guy, and that's it. And this will give the Arrow's Reach Talisman. There we go. There we go. Increases bow's effective range. It's very clear on that talisman what it says it's supposed to do. So, yeah, I strongly suspect that's a glitch. That it affects... Basically, it affects... I've noticed it affects any spell that does physical damage. So I think what's happening is the game engine is mistakenly regarding any spell or the staff that you use to cast a spell that does physical damage as a bow, mistakenly, which is why it affects. That's my guess. But hey, you know, it's your game. You know, we want to go ahead and use it. Nobody's watching. No one cares, you know. You don't care. Go ahead. May eventually get patched out, but I'm not going to use it. For now, just below this area here, below the site of grace, you're looking for these trees here. See these little yellow trees? Put a beacon right there. Right above there. That's where we're going. Give us good high ground on this. I forget what it's called, either an Erdtree avatar or a Putrid avatar, which we have to kill in order to get the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear. Now I have the Arrow's Reach Talisman equipped now, just to extend the range of the Hornbow. There is the enemy that we have to kill. It's right above Sabrina's head right there. Basically we have to bring it close enough to hit it with Rock Sling. Okay, so just harass it with the bow. One quick shot. He comes over. Lock onto him. And spam out that Rock Sling. And make sure you take cover when he starts shooting out those holy pest threads. And he'll eventually despawn and go back to his original position. At which point, just simply rinse and repeat. And here I'm just adjusting my loadout. Okay, so free aim. You free aim by holding down the guard button, whatever button you use to block with your shield. You can use that on the bow to free aim. And yes, it's true, I am enjoying the benefits of the Arrow's Reach Talisman because I'm not removing it every time I use Rock Sling. That would just take too much time. But I don't think that's going to affect the strategy because he does, I believe, come close enough to hit him with Rock Sling, even without the benefit of Arrow's Reach. Alright, smoke him if you got him. This could take a minute or two. He's over half dead. Won't take long. Oh, he's 3/4 dead. Yeah, bring him over. Come on over here, big boy. Got a present for you. This should do him in. There we go. Easy money. 5,800 runes, and more importantly, the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear, the Lightning Cracked Tear, and the Holy Shrouding Cracked Tear. All of which will buff up your magic damage, your lightning damage, and your holy damage respectively. The one we're most interested in is the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear. Put that in your Flask of Wondrous Physic, lasts for 3 minutes, and bumps up your magic damage. Perfect for a sorcerer. Next, we are off to the Main Academy Gate, Site of Grace. I think this might be a mistake. I think there's something else I want to do first. At any rate, the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear. Equip your Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear and the Green Spill Crystal Tear in your Flask of Wondrous Physic. Yeah, here I'm now realizing there's something else I want to do first. Yeah, I want to go to the, I believe it's called the Academy Crystal Cave first to get the Terra Magica spell. And for that, it would be best to get the Glintstone Arc spell. So everybody go to Waypoint Rune Cellar, where we can talk to Selin and buy the Glintstone Arc spell.
Young, you are a Tatso now.
Okay, great addition to our arsenal. Won't be using it very often, but in some situations it's extremely useful. Until we get the Cannon of Haima. This is a great crowd control spell. And here I was trying to decide what to replace. So we're going to get a couple more spell slots before this run is complete. I think the best thing to replace is Rocksling. No, Rocksling Sock. Okay, so putting in Glintstone Arc, Magic Glint Blade, definitely Loretta's Grapple. Night Comet. Oh, I decided to put... Oh, right, we need Rocksling for the boss fight. Right, yeah, okay, my bad. Yeah, so forget about Loretta's Great Bow for this run. And up to the Crystalline Woods Site of Grace. Just to the southwest of there is the Academy Crystal Cave, I believe it's called. Right. If you follow this line right here, straight up to the border of the Academy of Rael'Akari, put a beacon right there. So you follow that line straight up, boom. Where they intersect, put a beacon there. That's exactly where it is. Okay, and this will require 2 Stone Sword keys. This is why you need 2 Stone Sword keys, as I mentioned earlier. Everybody should have this, at least. The Academy Crystal Cave. Full of mages. And what I want to do now is go buy a lantern before going in here, because it's pretty dark. So let's go back to the Liurnia merchant at Liurnia Lakeshore. He'll sell you a lantern for 1,800 runes. Very useful tool.
Note.
Okay, by the lantern. Equip it. And back to Academy Crystal Cave. First thing we're going to deal with in this cave is 3 rats. Equip your Meteoric Ore Blade. We want to use this as much as possible to save FP for the end. Okay, so just gonna whack these rats here. Should be pretty easy, should be one shot. Or use Gravitus. That's Gamerslack demonstrating. Or finally a guard counter. There we go. 3 different methods of dealing with the rats. As you sneak down here to the south, you're going to stick to the right side, the wall on the right side. I want to see if we can get a backstab on the first mage. He's pretty much all by his lonesome here. What you're going to have to do is kind of like sneak around a post. If I recall correctly. No, this one we can just backstab. This is another one further on. Just backstab this guy, okay? And you're gonna attract the attention of another mage who's behind this pillar here. So what I like to do is whichever way he goes, go the opposite direction, see if you can sneak behind him and get a backstab. So he went to the left, so we're gonna go to the right. Sneak around. See, I'm watching him. He's gonna sneak right around. Haha. Get a backstab on him. Okay, now if you stick to the right side here again, you're eventually going to come upon a group of mages which we can take down easily using glintstone arc. They're all nicely bunched together. And there they are. So just try to lock on to the middle one and spam out the glintstone arc. Take care of those guys. And this was a really lucky find, the Academy Glintstone Staff. That's a completely random drop. It's a good staff. It's basically the staff that's going to replace your meteorite staff once you get above level 41. Just going to use guard counter on this guy. Now don't worry about trying to farm that Academy Glintstone Staff. Everyone's going to get one, guaranteed, before the end of this run. We're going to get that in part 5. Okay, and that will replace 1 stone sword key that you had to spend. Get that in a little cage there, and that's this area complete. We're going to go into the next area. Okay, first guy off to the left here. As you, when you go through this door, he's pretty much the toughest mage in the entire complex. So he's going to require some extra sauce. I'm going to ambush him with a whole bunch of magic glint blades. See if I can get away with it. So I basically just emptied the entire clip into him. Didn't quite do the job, but he's almost dead, so 1 quick Night Comet or 1 quick Glintstone Pebble should do him in. Or, if he gets close, use your Gravitas skill on your Meteoric Ore Blade, which is once again great for getting enemies behind obstacles. And it's a Glintstone showdown. So I'm just going to wait for him to come close, and I'm going to use Gravitas here. And that's enough out of you. Now there's an invisible wall off to the left here. A little more to the left, Slack. Right about... No, wait. Back here. Right there. Hit that wall. There we go. Get the sneak mode. And backstab this guy. Get the goodies up here. And I don't jump off this ledge. Why? Because I've noticed the game crashes when you jump off that ledge a lot. So instead I just go around and through the door. It's because something about crossing that trigger line on the ledge that... There you go, so make sure you loot that chest and get the rune arc. And you also saw me pick up the crystalline staff. And that is it. There's nothing left but the boss fight. This is 2 crystallians. These guys are super tough until you break their stance, at which point they start taking a lot of damage. Rock sling all the way. And put on some good gear. Whatever your best physical damage gear might be. Okay, geared up, rock sling ready to go. You're gonna go in, spawn your wolves, and then refill FB, and take on, there's 2 of them. This is the Crystallian duo. Take on the Crystallian that your wolves do not go after. So just kind of roll out to the left here, refill FB, whichever Crystallian that they don't attack, that's one you want to go after. Strike that. I would just go after whatever presents the best opportunity. Normally I go after the other one, but my lock helmets went after this one. And as you saw, eventually my rock slings broke the guy's stance. See my rock slings are doing very little damage now. That's the way it works. You have to break their stance at least once. There, we broke his stance. Now we can do major damage. And what did I say I spawned the wolves? No, of course not. Spawned the demi-humans. Yeah. Sick that hellacious band of monkeys on his ass. There we go, we get their crystal release spell. I'm not a big fan of it, but and I believe it needs intelligence 51, if I recall correctly. At any rate, what we're really after is up this elevator here. Which only becomes available after you beat the boss fight. Get out of that ridiculous gear, Sabrina. That's not you. There we go. That's you. Haha. And for a moral, please. Terra Magica. It's like a giant magic circle that you can cast that will boost all your magic spells by 30%. And it lasts for a minute, if I recall correctly. Be advised it won't affect Rock Sling, because Rock Sling essentially is not a magic spell, it does physical damage. But all your other spells, Loretta's Great Bow, Glintstone Pebble, Night Comet, etc., all get a 30% boost from Terra Magica. Extremely valuable buff. Alright, so back to the main Academy gate. And we're going to start pushing into the Academy of Raya Lucaria to finish off this run. Okay, I want to put the Staff of Loss in my left hand. And I think I actually decided to go farming first of all. Yeah, Farum Greatbridge. I just want to farm up enough money so I can level up. Which would be like 2 Vulgar Militiamen kills. Yeah, that's one. One more. Am I going to do one more? Oh, I decided to do 4. Maybe I do need 4. Okay, back to main academy gate. I'm gonna level up and then we'll start pushing in. Oh, I did need that. I did need that much. Okay. Okay, we definitely want Loretta's Great Bow in there somewhere. And pretty much everything that we're going to do for the next little while is going to be in tight areas or in areas where there's just lots of obstacles. So you probably won't need Rock Sling. I would go with Magic Glint Blade, Loretta's Great Bow, Carrying Great Sword, and oh yeah, of course the Terra Magica spell. And you definitely want to put it in this order. Terra Magica first, then Loretta's Great Bow, and then the other spells. Because you want Loretta's Great Bow next in line right after Terra Magica. Okay, that's it. Up we go. Get a Trina's Lily on the left, and some magic grease over here on the right. And we can one-shot the 2 mages at the top of the stairs if we cast Terra Magica, and use the Flask of Wondrous Physic with the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tear. So basically we're doing our buffs. Here's Terra Magica. And I forgot to take the... I didn't see me take the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Here I couldn't get a line of fire on the second mage, so I just move over a little bit. And here, see what happened? My Terra Magica disappeared. And it's a good thing I didn't have a line of fire on him. I should have pushed a little further to the right because there's an opening on the right, but this might get him. There we go, one shot. Alright, inside is another mage, and 4 of those marionette soldiers. The mage, which is dead ahead, same dealio. Loretta's Great Bow should one-shot him. Actually, if you just get to the edge of the carpet here, see? This carpet laid out? You should be able to get him with Night Comet. That'll get you just close enough to kill him with Night Comet. Make sure you have the Staff of Loss in your left hand. And then all the marionettes are hanging up on the ceiling. Over here is another invisible wall. Just use the strong attack button on your staff to turn it into a melee weapon and get yourself a rune arc. And then it's just a matter of finishing off all these marionettes who are hanging around up top. Once you go past a certain trigger line, 2 of them will automatically drop down. And another one over here. And there's one final one on the right. There we go. All clear. Alright, this should be a golden rune 2. And around the back is a Somber smithing stone 3. There we go. It's Slack Gauntlet, it is Slack Gauntlet. And here is the Site of Grace. Thus ending Spellsword speed build. Super Mega Overdrive. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Major Slack and I definitely approve this video. If you do too, please give the old Slackster a big old thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot out the press. Take a bow there, Sabrina. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.